Mini roundabouts are certainly home to some very questionable knowledge and understanding and attitudes. I regularly witness and sometimes experience near misses on these type of junction. And certainly from what I notice, a lot of these problems are mainly attributable to three major problems on mini roundabouts. So in this video, I'm going to explore those three major problems that I see and make sure that we can anticipate other people making these mistakes and make sure we avoid making them ourselves. So if you haven't seen me before, my name's James. I'm a driving instructor in Norfolk. I'm ex-army. I hold all my HGV licenses and I've driven for 21 years in many different countries. My passion is road safety, and I want this channel to just promote lively debate, also to challenge certain attitudes and behaviours that we see on the roads. Only a small channel, but every like and every subscribe is genuinely really appreciated. So firstly, the most common problem that I experience myself on mini roundabouts is people that don't actually understand the priorities. Most people don't have a problem working out that you do give way to road users coming on from your right, a road on your right, if there is one. But put two vehicles opposite each other and you will have some people out there that cannot work out the priority. And you don't need to look far on social media to find comments like this. Neither vehicle had the other on its right, or both had. They were at 180 degrees to each other, so give way to the right applies equally to both. Interesting question. If you are opposite them, then both cars are to the right of each other and have approached the mini roundabout. I guess neither has priority. That's what I would assume in the situation. Now there's many more, but that is just a quick example of how people don't understand the priorities. When you are sat at a mini roundabout, the center circle in the middle is surrounded by three arrows that go around, reminding you that that is the way that the roundabout circulates. So you give way to traffic that is going to circulate around that roundabout. So in the case on the screen now, my learner here has two vehicles opposite us that are signaling to turn right into Tesco. And because they circulate around the roundabout from our right, we give way to them. So this is correct. They are turning across our path, circulating around the roundabout. Now that's actually no different to a bigger roundabout. If you think about it, mini roundabouts should be treated the same as roundabouts. On a big roundabout, I give way to traffic approaching from my right, and I also give way to traffic that's circulating around the roundabout, and these vehicles will usually have a right signal. And that's why in this book, my famous Bible, it says this sentence. So this is on the subject of mini roundabouts. Vehicles coming towards you might want to turn right, give way to them. As simple as that. So simply put, whenever I approach a mini roundabout, I give way to vehicles from the road to my right, and I look ahead for a right signal. If there is someone approaching that wishes to turn right across me, I give way to them. And that avoids these situations. Now, I actually got out and checked my right signal was still working, because on this particular roundabout in Bury St Edmunds, every single time almost that I wanted to turn right, someone didn't give way to me. I'm always anticipating this. When I turn right at a mini roundabout, I avoid collisions because I'm always anticipating this happening. It's the most common thing I see. Now, if you change that to a four-way mini roundabout, which I actually don't have many in my area, this now you could have two cars opposite each other that both wish to turn right. And if that's the case, if the roundabout is big enough, you absolutely can both go at the same time as long as you do the roundabout correctly. But you might find, certainly on the smaller ones, that you need to allow someone else first. Neither of you in that situation would have priority, and therefore it would likely be just an agreement of who goes first. The second main problem that I see is people not going around the center circle. It is only paint, so some people of course feel they can just drive straight over it. And this could lead to collisions or problems that wouldn't exist if both parties were actually going around the center circle as intended. If you take the examples I've just played, if I had the attitude of it's my priority and cut the center circle, it's very likely then that in at least one of these I would have had a collision. It's also the law. So rule 188, Mini roundabouts approach these in the same way as normal roundabouts. All vehicles must pass around the central markings except large vehicles which are physically incapable of doing so. So you're actually breaking the law if you don't go round the centre circle, not just risking collisions. Interestingly, if there are any people that deal with liability, I'd be really interested to know in my previous clips if I had cut the markings breaking the law, but the person coming towards me, of course, should give way to me because I am approaching from the right. Who would be liable? Would it be me because I have broken the law and cut the markings? Or would it be the other person because they should have given way to me? Or would it be a 50-50 split? I'd be genuinely interested in that. The third main problem is this attitude of whoever has their wheels on first has priority. Again, if we take to our social media posts, this was a post again on a dashcam group where there was a near miss. And someone puts here, the transit dropside truck enters the roundabout moments before the cam car and therefore it has priority. It doesn't matter one little bit that the cam car was to his right because priority is always primarily applies to the vehicle which first entered the roundabout. Now I can absolutely rubbish that statement. It does not. Priority is based on where you are coming from. If I'm coming from your right, I have priority. You will find no official information anywhere that says if your wheels are on first, you have priority. It doesn't exist. At a roundabout, you give way to the right, the end. That's it. If I approach a mini roundabout and I have a vehicle approaching from a road to my right, or someone approaching from ahead with a right signal that I should be given way to, if my emerge is going to make either of those vehicles take action because of my emerge, then I should not emerge. It is that simple. So when you are looking to emerge onto a mini roundabout, you do need to factor in the approach speed of other vehicles. Not necessarily, are they on the roundabout yet? So there are other problems with mini roundabouts, speed being one, how fast people will approach these. These are not a racetrack. People that do U-turns, it's not illegal, but you know my view on stuff that's not illegal, but advised against in the highway code. You shouldn't be doing it. And the other problem that I see sometimes, not very regularly, is people don't signal. So I do have the odd vehicle that cuts across me without a signal, but I don't see that very often. But do let me know in the comments, do you think I've got it right? Do you think these are the three biggest problems with mini roundabouts? Do you see other problems as more important? Or have I not mentioned anything that you feel could do with mentioning in regards to mini roundabouts?